be what we're doing right now, which is taking their territory away from them, this ideal they have, this perverse ideal that they have of creating a caliphate. We're going to take their land back, and we're going to win that war in that field, but we also have to disrupt their terrorist networks, and we have to counter violent extremism at home. And so that's not a soundbite.
But see, wait, you say violent extremism. I've said this before on this show. I think the Democrats risk losing this election if they cannot put together the words Islamic extremism as opposed to violent extremism. Please just tell me that you recognize that it is a distinct threat, much greater than any other violent extremist threat. You don't really think it's on the same order as the KKK?
Well, first of all,
are you really worried about the KKK?
Well, what I'm worried about is that you began that question by saying the Democrats will lose if. First of all, the Democrats lose because of how they talk about this extremism. Then they've got more problems. My party right now...
Maybe that's their biggest problem. Well, maybe that's what will lose the election. If there's a terrorist attack, what if this was LAX instead of the Brussels airport? I mean, 45% of Democrats already, if you take Trump's name off his proposal to ban Muslims coming into this country, agree with it. Democrats.
Right. And so... Look, this is a threat like no other, and it's one that literally keeps me up, working on like no other. But I also understand, and I'm not creating a false equivalency here. But since 9/11, we've lost 48 Americans, Boston bombing, and to a Christian walking into Planned Parenthood in Colorado, massacring people.
But people Christians are not trying to get a dirty bomb.
And I'm not saying
that is a false equivalency.
But I'm saying I'm not trying to create the false equivalency. I'm saying that when you say to me that this is the only threat we should be taught, that we will.
Not saying only.
No. That we will.
I'm saying it's distinct and different and bigger. And so size matters.
And what I'm saying to you is, and what I'm saying to you is, I am. As a senator, spending an extraordinary amount of time focusing on that. But what frustrates me is here you and I are having a conversation when we pivoted off of Newark, but I've got kids with lead poisoning in the water in Newark. I've got poverty, that people working full-time jobs.
Different issue. We got to walk at the same time.
And so what I'm saying to you is that I think what Americans are hungering for is a vision in which we can manifest our strength as a country by focusing on the whole panoply of issues. And if we...
Okay, and fear is important to people.
And fear-mongering is weakening to...
Well, it's not mongering if there's an attack. I mean, yes, of course Trump is fear-mongering.
Right.
I think, and Cruz, trying to up him this week on patrol Muslim neighborhoods.
And so why can't we...
Disgusting.
And so why do we play to that level where this is about a 2-minute soundbite as opposed to a sophisticated plan to defeat our enemy, not only abroad, but the enemy when it manifests itself here at home?
Just say Islamic terrorism. Just say those words and you'll win the election. Avoid those words and you're going to lose the election. That's my advice.
And I hear you.
I know you're not running, but
I was about to say. Well, right now,
I've heard you mentioned as a VP candidate, as a Supreme Court nominee, the next James Bond. And you know they need a new most interesting man in the world. So thank you very much for being here. Do your job. You're doing great.